Hi, my dandelions. I wanted to come back with another episode in fixing your marriage or healing your marriage. There's no fixing. It's trial and error. Everybody has a trial and error. Even after you have agreed that you're going to try to patch it up, there's trial and error. And you know, I've been thinking about it since it's going to take, it takes a real special couple who can heal past this. And most people don't have the grit that it will take. Um, Ending it might be the best choice for some people, unless you can both fully commit, and you have to bare your soul to each other and be all in and really start figuring out what each other needs to heal, and let that be your focus instead of your own hurts. That's a big one. But when you can start looking out for your partner and their healing process, and yes, even the cheater needs to heal. I found this and I thought it was worthwhile, and I'll give you the link in case you want to go to it. 7 things that couples think will fix their marriage after infidelity. We just need a date night. No, it is true. You lose the romance, you lose the intimacy, but going out for a steak dinner is not going to fix that marriage. Time away from the kids is not going to fix that marriage. You need true intimacy, and intimacy is not sexual. I'm talking about soul-to-soul intimacy. A vacation would help. They think, you know, just getting away, we need to start over, but no, you haven't faced what caused this to begin with. We should have more sex. You probably will once the infidelity is discovered. It's like you try to recapture maybe what you lost, reclaim what is yours, but that's not going to heal the marriage. It cannot rebuild broken trust. When I said we would come home from work and we would get in our bedroom and work on that book by Dr. Phil, Relationship Rescue, I did not account for, you don't have the timeline. When this all first happened, we couldn't separate because we couldn't financially maintain 2 households. We did separate to separate bedrooms. I needed my own space, and he could be a guest in my bedroom. It wasn't a given that he was going to be there. He had to be invited. I locked my door. It was my place. And that may not work for somebody else, but that's what I needed. And he had to earn his right to be there. But for these workbook exercises, we would be in that bedroom. So I guess I wanted to clear that up. We need to communicate more. Communication is probably what got you there to begin with. You have to know how to communicate. And unless you do the work, you're going to fall into old patterns. You have to put forth the work. I can't recommend that book high enough. If one person keeps defending, minimizing, or lying, and the other feels unheard, the same talks will go in circles. Real communication begins with truth, listening, and empathy. And my husband mentioned that one exercise where you answer these questions to your spouse, and they cannot answer back. They just listen. No response. Thank you for sharing that. I will take it into consideration. You're forced to listen. Maybe we just need more time. Time for what? More hurt? More miscommunication? You can't put a Band-Aid on it. Time may take you further from the day of discovery, but it does not rebuild trust. Healing requires full truth, steady action, honest answers, clear standards, repeated repair. Time helps only when real work is happening within it. Boy, that's true. My husband was an open book, you know, and quite truthfully, I was talking back when it all was going down. I was talking to my sister about it, and I said, well, I just need to go see what he's doing. And she goes, if you have to go see what he's doing, don't you have your answer already? I said, you have a point. If I have to check his phone, if I have to go check up on him, there's my answer. And so I gave him the opportunity to prove to me that he didn't need to be checked on. I think maybe I just hit on the most important part right there. That's it. Once you stop punishing and you're ready to rebuild, part of that is giving them the opportunity to prove their worth for you. If my partner would just change, you need another partner if you want that partner to change. Overall, my husband is a good man. He's a good heart. I love him. He's got such a huge, generous heart. And you have to learn how to see what you love about that person. And you build from that, not what you hate about what they did. My husband did one thing wrong, and he did a million things right. Is that your situation? But if they keep doing that one thing wrong, be done. Have respect for yourself. Things will get better when life slows down. Well, when life gets tough, you want to have a partner who's truly a partner. Life doesn't really slow down until kids are grown, you're retired, and then you start getting, funeral preparation mailers and, Medicare emails and all that. It ends with, your marriage needs more than another quick fix. There is a path from hiding to honesty, from fear to safety, from shame to responsibility. That's it. Stop. The person who betrayed should be ashamed. But you have to go from shame to taking responsibility and accountability for that. And then you move forward. Conflict to repair. That's when you stop punishing and you start repairing. Distance to real love. Even though you think you're close, you think you still have walls up. Everybody has walls up. And until you can see your partner and they can see you, you allow them to see you in your full physical, emotional, mental, bare state. And you can accept each other as you are, without any walls, without any rose-tinted glasses, without any hiding. Then you can begin to build back. This is, let's see, the Restoring Love Pathway. The Restoring Love Pathway, if you want to look into that further. And I thought it said everything that I think that we have said in our videos. And I'm going to leave it at that. In fact, I'm going to leave this channel up because somebody down the road may need it or something. But I'm getting ready to step out of the YouTube world for good. I'm going back to my private life, and I've enjoyed talking with you and chatting with you, and I hope each of you finds happiness in your life. And take care of yourselves, and thanks for coming on this little journey with me. Bye-bye.